parliamentary system, during the president's question time, he has to answer. He doesn't have to hire anybody to speak for him. A president in Nigeria can decide not to talk to anybody for 1 year. And nobody cares. Because he has hired all these people who will be talking. If you say anything, they call you name, they do this. So we need a parliamentary system where the president will be a member of parliament, will be at least one, even if it's once a month. Answer the people directly. Because we didn't elect all these gangsters. We elected somebody. And we want the person to talk to us. Not so to us, do somebody else.
Since the return of democracy, Nigeria has been practicing the presidential system of government, and we have witnessed 3 different individuals, or let's say 4 different individuals, that have become the president of Nigeria since 1999. But here we are talking about restructuring Nigeria, and as well as trying to amend the constitution that was imposed on Nigerians by the military when they were handed over to the civilian in 1999. This constitution, when looked at critically, is no longer serving the interests of the majority Nigerian, as we are a multidimensional ethnic groups, of which what was written in that document never covers holistically the vision and the mission of Nigeria in order to bring development and oneness. Looking at this carefully and the monumental corruption that has bedeviled Nigeria within the last 23 years of the return of democracy, His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, while he visited the United States in order to thank the movement for the 2023 general election, was talking about a return to a parliamentary system of government. We all remember that since the independence in 1960, Nigeria once practiced a cabinet system of government, of which we had the head of state, which was Nnamdi Azikiwe, Tafawa Balewa as the prime minister, of which the power was given to the region, where we have Michael Opara from the eastern region, we have Samuel Akintola from the western region, and as well as Ahmedu Bello from the northern region. And when you look at Nigeria as of that time compared to what we have today, we have seen a lot of decline with a lot of resources exposed to Nigerian government, of which these people will always separate themselves from the masses once they have been elected into office. Talking about the return of democracy. So His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi was proposing that a return to a parliamentary system of government will bring more development, as well as holding the governors and the president accountable at all times.
You have a bad leader, and he stayed there for 4 years. Why do we have a parliamentary system? We can move a motion of no confidence within 2 or 3 years. And again, if we have a parliamentary system, the president will be a member of parliament. Today, if he elects me as president of Nigeria or governor, I can remove myself entirely from being answerable to the people. Just hire a gang of lunatics talking rubbish every day. Well, if it's a parliamentary system, during the president's question time, he has to answer. He doesn't have to hire anybody to speak for him. The president in Nigeria can decide not to talk to anybody for 1 year. And nobody cares.
So, but before we even analyze what this parliamentary system of government is and how it will affect and help the development of Nigeria and reduce the costs of governance in Nigeria, let me quickly let you know that in February 2024, a bill was sponsored at the House of Representatives in order to return Nigeria to that parliamentary system of government. Wole Raji, a lawmaker from Lagos State in the All Progressive Congress, was a prominent sponsor of the bill, which was read for the first time in the House of Representatives. The lawmaker cited the need to reduce government costs as well as reboost policy debate as reasons for demanding a return to a parliamentary system. But what is a parliamentary system of government? It's a system of government where the head of government whom may also be the head of state, derive the democratic legitimacy from the ability to command the support, confidence of the legislature, typically the parliament, to which they are accountable. Now, some of the countries that practice this parliamentary system of government is Canada, New Zealand, Israel, Malaysia, Denmark, Germany, as well as Italy, to mention but few. Now, looking at the definition of the parliamentary system of government and look at how it will help Nigeria out of this corruption as well as reducing cost of governance, let's look at a number of things that we need to know about this parliamentary system of government and what Peter Obi was trying to say, which we actually hold the government or governors accountable at all times. One, the two head of states. In a parliamentary system of government, the head of state and the head of government are usually two separate positions, with the head of state serving as a ceremonial figure with little of any power, while all of the real political power is vested on the head of government. That which you can see from what Nigerian practiced literally, which was more like a cabinet system of government in 1960 to 66 before the military coup which led to the civil war, where we have Tafawa Balewa and Nnamdi Azikiwe, who one was the president, the other was the prime minister, then a republican. In a few parliamentary republic, among some others, the head of government is also head of state, but is elected by and is answerable to the parliament. This is what His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi is talking about. When you have this system of government, you have the head of state and the head of government whom is answerable to the people and is elected by the people. Now, when you look at the kind of politicians that we have in Nigeria in this dispensation, one will begin to wonder if they have the capacity, the capability, they have the onions in order to stand to answer questions to the people directly by, being a member of the parliament is another question entirely. Because when you look at these people, they only want to grab power and distance themselves from the people, of which when you even criticize or ask some certain questions as to the way at which they are governing the people, they became hostile. For example, we saw the Northern Elders Forum saying that they made a mistake in voting Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the 2023 general election, of which they will not make or repeat that mistake in 2027. But the Minister of Defense, Matawali, who is also the former governor from Zamfara State, we all know what happened in 8 years of his tenure in Zamfara, where insecurity bedeviled the state. But now the Minister of Defense, what happened? Look at his response, saying that even the candidate that they supported during the election couldn't win the election. So they cannot even unseat the president come 2027. That they are only trying to look for how to get relevance. Instead of trying to, let Nigerians know and make them understand what the president is trying to do to achieve the goals of to achieve his campaign goals as well as bring development to the country, he went ahead to fire back. Now, many times since the last presidential chat that Nigerians had with the president, Muhammadu Buhari, we have never had such ever since then. And since Bola Ahmed Tinubu assumed office, we are still yet to see him having any form of presidential chat with the people, for him to be held accountable to the promises that he has made before the people. And we have been seeing a lot of revelation regarding the fuel subsidy removal, among so many things that he promised, he did, and it's backfiring, and then all manner. So if we are to move forward, then this is the way. What Peter Obi is suggesting and what that lawmaker from Lagos, brought before the House of Representatives is something that most of the establishment will not welcome at all. And that is the reason why you see the attack is so much high on the person of Peter Obi when he's not even the president. Because they understand that if he's been given that opportunity, he may change the system altogether. And this is for the good of the nation. But then it is for the bad of the political establishment, who only want to grab power and loot the resources of the country. When you look at the government of Canada that practice the parliamentary system of government, you begin to see the way that they have been able, to rapidly develop their states and how things are being done in Canada. And you see that most Nigerians love to run to Canada as one of the only places that accept immigrants in large number with skilled though. And you see that many people go there and they flourish because of the system that they have. But here in Nigeria, you find it very difficult to even have a good system that will even bring any form of development. So, going to the parliamentary system of government proposed by the lawmaker as well as the presidential candidate of Labour Party in the 2023 general election is just the way to go in order to save costs, in order to bring development, and to hold these people accountable of every decision being taken by them. Do I make any sense? I'll be talking much in our next video on this particular topic, where we will compare and contrast the difference between the Nigerian presidential system of government and other system of government around the world, as well as the advantages and disadvantages, and how Nigeria can benefit from changing, or better still, practice a true federalism, which we said we are practicing in Nigeria. Let me have your take at the comment section. Please do well to share this video, as well as turn off the notification button and subscribe if you are new. Thank you for watching.